welcome to another RSR. Tonight we're reviewing Charlotte FC 1, New York City FC 3, MLS Eastern Conference Quarterfinals, Game 3. NYCFC wins the series 2-1 with 2 road wins. It got scary for a minute there, but a late goal, a well-played ball, and a good chip leads to a winning goal or a clinching goal for NYCFC. In the end, very much a lot of magic for them. A tight game, besides the goals. NYCFC definitely lost their focus after the dramatic injury to Andres Pereira, which I would say, why the hell did they show the replay of that? That was just dirty. Like, that was just wrong, showing the replay of that. Like, I'm sorry. The dude dislocated his ankle at best, at worst broke his ankle and his lower leg bone. And at best ain't good either, but I'm just saying. He absolutely injured himself, probably the worst you could do. And they show the replay of that and slow-mo. Damn, Apple. That's just dirty, in my opinion. Praying for Andres Pereira, by the way. Prayers to him. Hopefully his recovery is speedy. Hopefully the Lord protects him and makes him healthier. Pray to Andres Pereira and pray for him. Or pray to the Lord for Andres Pereira. But either way. Charlotte FC 1, NYCFC 3. En la MLS Conferencia Cortos de Final, Partido 3. NYCFC ganador de serie 2-1. Victoria de visitar 2 partidos. Avanzar conferencia semifinales contra Philly in Philly. NYCFC will move on to play Philadelphia Union in Philadelphia in the conference semifinal. That's going to be a tough draw, a very tough draw. But we'll see what NYCFC could do there. But again, a very tight game tonight between both sides. NYCFC played tough, but Charlotte played tough too. But NYCFC got the goals they needed. Charlotte didn't exactly get the goals they needed. And in the end, NYCFC are the team who have advanced. They won both games on the road. Very tight games, all 3 of the series. They lose on penalties at home, but they win both on the road. I thought their experience would be better, serve them better than Charlotte's relative lack of experience in football, playoff football. And especially with the MLS Cup experience, with guys like Maxi Morales, who got an assist. Good for him. But in the end, goals were scored as follows. 45+2, Fernandez scores, makes a beautiful run, takes on multiple defenders, gets into the box, has the ball still at his feet, takes a shot, puts it past Kalina, 0-1, 0-1. Beautiful goal by Fernandez. And in the end, they're up 1 at the half. Halftime, 0-1, 0-1 medio tiempo. And you would say that overall, a team who was going to make a mistake was going to be the team who was down, and Charlotte made one mistake and they paid for it. Both tight games, both tight defenses, but Charlotte made the mistake. They're down at their own house, but I think that's more because of the fact that they were very pressured. They felt the pressure, and they pressed because they felt the pressure. They didn't press to impose their will on the game. They pressed because they felt the pressure. And the pressure that they felt put them in a bad position when it came to the match. And overall, they paid for it. They paid for it. NYCFC absolutely made them pay for the pressure they felt. Second half, Alonso Martinez scores the goal. 50th minute, ball played over the top by Maxi Morales. A beautiful ball played over the top. Lands with Martinez. He burns burn. And he chips it in past Kalina to make it 0-2. 0-2. Beautiful, beautiful goal by Martinez. And you think from there, NYCFC's completely got it. Of course, then the Pereira injury happens. They lose their composure. They lose their, not confidence, but they lose their laser focus on the game. And then they have to bounce back and keep pushing the game. They have to push forward, play the game, and find a way to get this game back into their hands. Charlotte, 81st minute, scores an answering goal. Puts this game back within one. Idan Toklamati, ball played to him. He's onside, and he uses the foot that's onside to pop the ball into the net. Slightly onside, 1-2, 1-2. They're back in it. There's 12 minutes of stoppage time, which they played more than that. But Fernandez gets a goal. Hannes Wolff keeps the ball alive. He plays it on to Fernandez. And he takes the shot. Curls it into the net. 1-3. 1-3. Wraps this game up for NYCFC. Wraps the series up for them. Full time 1-3. 1-3. Esta noche. NYCFC win the series 2-1. NYCFC ganador de serie 2-1. They move on, and they'll play Philadelphia Union. Pretty good for them. Full-time stats are as follows: 15 shots to 8, 1 shot on goal to 6, 48% possession to 52% possession, 431 pass to 481, 82% pass accuracy to 81% pass accuracy, 16 fouls to 15, 0 offside to 0, 2 yellow cards 3, 0 red cards 0, 4 corners to 1. NYCFC advance. And they've got a big fight on their hands the weekend before Thanksgiving. But overall, I think NYCFC did what they had to do. I wouldn't say they were the best team, but they made less mistakes. Charlotte were definitely a team where they stood up and said, oh, okay. We lost at home last week or 2 weeks ago in game 1 to this same team. We beat them on penalties at their house, but they beat us at our house. We cannot let that happen again or our season is over. They felt the pressure because, of course, it's in the back of their minds. They lost 1-0 at home. So when you look at that, how exactly can you be like, okay, how can you be confident when you're like, well, but they did just beat us? And that's the problem. They added the seed of doubt in their mind that even though you won at our house, it was by the skin of your teeth. It's a tight series. Anything can happen, and the mistakes that you make are imperative and absolutely very much defining of the series. And that's why NYCFC won. They forced Charlotte to make mistakes. More mistakes than them tonight, and they advanced. Again, the experience matters a whole hell of a lot. I've said this before in multiple ways recently. With the Dodgers, right? They won the World Series because they did not earn the win. They used their experience to beat the Toronto Blue Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays play with their heart, not their head. Charlotte play with their heart, not their head. The Seattle Sounders, you cannot write them off because they have experience, and they've won the Leagues Cup this year. They have the experience to win football matches. And since they have the experience, you cannot write them off because they will play with their heads, not their hearts. And that's the thing. They kicked Minnesota's ass so badly, they put a different seed of doubt in Minnesota's head. The game 1 was tied. Minnesota won on penalties. But the experience of what Seattle has and kicking Minnesota's ass in game 2 will put a different seed doubt in Minnesota's mind that they cannot make a mistake. But not for the reason of, hey, you beat us at home. No, because you kicked our ass last time. Again, experience is a big thing in general. The experience that you have makes things easier or makes things harder if you have the lack of experience, and that's what decided this tie in the end. NYCFC advanced because they forced Charlotte to make more mistakes because they are a more experienced team when it comes to playoff football. Simple. You cannot discount the heart of a champion. You cannot discount experience. It's that simple. Man of the match for me is Fernandez. 2 goals, the winning goal and the clinching goal. Man of the match for me. With that being said, yeah, NYCFC weren't the best team, but they were the team who made less mistakes. Forced mistakes and made less mistakes. And that is the reason why they advanced. So, with that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow for 2 streams, 1 review. Stream 1 will be Cincinnati versus Columbus, Game 3. Then we'll be live for Miami, Nashville, and then we'll review Miami, Nashville, Game 3. And then Sunday, of course, later on, we'll have San Diego, Portland, the only game on Sunday, live and review. And maybe if ESPN is back on YouTube TV by a miracle by Saturday night, I will have the Formula One stream ready. And we will stream the Brazilian Grand Prix and review it because of how early it is comparatively to Portland. Of course, we'll have to play that one by ear. With that being said, I'll see you later. Congratulations to New York City. Felicidades. Commiserations to Charlotte. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later.